What is up, guys? Today I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the UFC fights that happened over the weekend and talking about how I finally hit a fucking parlay for once in my life. So the parlays aren't too huge. They're only like $100 for the parlay hit, and then I had $80 on just Paddy Pimblett to win. Okay, just a little context on why these hits were such a big deal to me, even though they weren't that big. So I'm a mailman, and my car blew up last month. My engine fully exploded. And by that happening, I have been extremely broke, and the bank account has been in the negative like $200. But yeah, as you can see, those bets were huge for me. Like, it completely pulled me out of the drain, and it was perfect. But next weekend, we got Kamaru Usman versus Dricus. So do not miss out on my prediction video later this week. I'm going to put some parlays in, and I'm going to make sure to include it in that video. But yeah, dudes, just to address the elephant in the room, obviously fucking Conor and his leg completely fucking shattered it again. I don't even know what the exact injury is. I don't think any of us do. But you just couldn't have had a more disappointing outcome in the end. But Patty, dude, that shit was a different story. That was hype as fuck. I believe in my prediction video last week, that's the exact outcome I called, that Benoit would shoot a shitty ass takedown and Patty would front choke him right away. I know that's what a lot of people were calling, even Patty himself, but just let me toot my own horn here a little bit. But yeah, boys, I know I predicted all the fights in last week's video, but I'm not going to lie. I'm a mailman and I work till like 8 p.m. most days, so I do not have time to watch the prelims, even on Saturdays. So I'm just going to start with the fights that I watched. But yeah, boys, first fight, Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. I believe I took Yanez by KO here, and that is exactly what happened. Cody caught him a couple times. He was coming in wild with some hooks, but Adrian was literally catching him perfectly with these like counter hooks. And it happened like 3 separate times until the eventual KO just came. And yeah, so awesome fight, awesome KO by Adrian Yanez. I believe I called that perfectly, so hell yeah. Next fight up in the card, we got Gable Steveson versus Alicia Ellison. Gable's a fucking fraud. He sucks. He should be cut from the UFC. Obviously, I'm joking, but just look that dude's history up. But all jokes aside and all that aside, it was a great KO from him. He put the dude out pretty bad. He was actually having some trouble though. Like every time he got hit by this guy, he would like freeze up for a second and his eyes got all wide. And he did get a takedown stuffed, even though post fight he claimed that he didn't even have to shoot a takedown. So good fight by Gable, but he is not ready for those top fives like everyone keeps suggesting. We need to build him up and give him these fucking chumps like he just fought. Next fight, we got Nikita Krylov versus Robert Whittaker. I believe I called this one perfectly also. Robert Whittaker by TKO in the third. This fight was fucking beautiful from Bobby Knuckles, dude. It was literally just like, not vintage, the footwork wasn't there, but dude, his fucking 1-2s, literally all he had to use were 1-2s to the head and fucking head kicks. I believe it showed a stat mid-fight, and it was like Robert Whittaker had landed only 38 strikes to the head, and that just tells the story of the whole fight, dude. He was pinging this guy's head back like a Pez dispenser, and he just got eventually the KO. Great fight by Robert Whittaker. I think he's going to do big things at 205. I think he could still beat Paulo Costa at this division. Yeah, great fight. Next fight up on the card, we got King Green versus Terrence McKinney. I'm surprised this didn't get fight of the night. I'm be very surprised if it didn't get some bonus money behind the scenes. But absolutely insane fight. Terrence McKinney does his classic shit and comes out and just fucking bull rushes at King Green. And it works, dude. He's pinging him. He's doing his bull rush that he usually does, but it's a lot more measured and it's not as sloppy as usual. But he's catching him and he's cutting him. There's like huge like lacerations on Bobby's face in the first 2 minutes of this fight. Eventually, Terrence shoots a double leg for some reason, but it wasn't for a bad reason. He instantly gets into a rear naked choke position, but Bobby's aware to it. He doesn't get choked out, and he's actually like hitting Terrence from the back. Oh my God, pause. But he was like punching Terrence from the back, and you could tell Terrence just didn't like it a little bit. And then they eventually got back up to their feet, and they were boxing for like 30 seconds left in the first. And Terrence literally got hit with a single body shot and just dropped like a bag of bricks, dude. And then the ref obviously could have let it go another second, but we know how Terrence is. He was done. He was not going to come back from that gas out. So yeah, great fight from King Green. I did not bet on this fight for a reason. I did not trust either of them. Next fight up in the card, we got Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh. Dude, everyone was counting out Brandon Royval this week. And if you go back to my prediction video, I called this fight to a fucking T. I can't remember if I called KO or sub, but I called third round finish. Everyone was counting Brandon Royval out this fight. He had literally, not him, Loner had lost to this exact same fighting style twice before. So I just couldn't believe it. But the way the fight went was Brandon was literally just always in his face with straights and jabs or teeps or anything, just down the middle. He literally was just always pressuring Loner. Even when Loner would find his pretty little right hand or these clean ass shots, he would just always be in his face. And it was a very close fight. If he didn't get that finish in the third round, the judges, it could have went either way. But great fight by Brandon Royval. I'm hype as fuck that I called this perfectly. I'm a huge fan of that dude. So hell yeah. Next fight up in the card, we got Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. This fight was very high level. I believe I took Corey Sandhagen, but very close fight. First round, Corey hurts Mario on the feet, and then they get in a grappling exchange, and Mario just completely tore Corey's leg apart. The foot was completely cooked for the rest of the fight, and he could not fight the same. But somehow he came back and won the second round and made it a 1-1 fight. And then in the third round, Mario came out and dropped Corey on his ass and had him running. And then he shot a double and just controlled the fight from there. Great fucking fight from Mario. He needs a big fight next. I'm not sure what. It's a little cloudy in the 135 division right now, but pretty good scrap. It was a little underwhelming coming off that Bobby fight, but still a good fight nonetheless. Next fight, we got Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit. Like I referenced earlier in the video, I called this fight to a fucking T. Paddy Pimblett instantly got that front choke when Benoit shot a shitty double leg. I did not expect it to happen that quick. I did not think it would happen in 52 fucking seconds, but absolutely awesome. Paddy the fucking baddie. He is going to do huge things at 155. He is going to be a champion one day. I am 100% sure of it. But absolutely amazing fight from Paddy Pimblett. I don't know what's next for Benoit, but what's next for Paddy? Charles Oliveira. Honestly, I haven't heard anybody say that. And Charles is unbooked. Paddy is unbooked and has no damage on him after that fight. Let's fucking book it for December or November. Why not? And the fight that nobody wants to talk about, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Conor McGregor rushes out and does his jumping switch kick and just breaks his shit instantly. Like I said, I don't know what's broken, but he slips like 3 times in a row. He kept trying to get up and throw kicks for some reason, which was mind-boggling to me. But he tried to throw a right hand on his feet, and then he just looked back at his foot, and the ref called it from there. Super disappointing fight, man. I mean, everybody was feeling the disappointment in the air. And just to like talk about like the energy in the air, like the Conor McGregor walkout when it was happening, like dude, the last time I saw that was when I was 15. Like he hasn't fought in 5 or 6 years. Like that felt insane to watch, dude, but we were just all blinded by nostalgia and couldn't accept the reality of what was probably actually going to happen. I mean, at least everybody would have wanted to see a 1-round beatdown and not him just break his shit instantly, but what can you do? Now they're saying they want to run this fight back, but I'm honestly not sure about that. I mean, like, what is there really to run back? I think Conor needs to fight like Michael Chandler if he wants a chance at winning a fight, but who knows if he can even go into a fight without getting injured at this point. But yeah, dudes, I know it's a short video, but I just wanted to upload and talk about the fights. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to end this video with a little bit of bag work, so make sure to check that out, and peace.